Hi, this is Kim from Dorothy's Daughter. Welcome to my channel. Today, I am doing my installment in September 2019. September is National Sewing Month, so to celebrate, 6 of us are doing videos that are sort of sew-alongs of fairly simple patterns that are free to download online. So mine today is on the Colette Sorbetto. Colette and Seamwork are one and the same, and Colette is sort of more the designer, and I think I'm not really sure what the difference is, but they're one and the same company. And Seamwork is great. If you have a membership to Seamwork, you can download patterns from either Seamwork or Colette. And I belong to Seamwork for a long time, and I know you've heard me speak of it before if you are a regular viewer or subscriber. Seamwork is worth the money. It's, I think, around $8 a month at this point. But you can save $3 on your first month if you sign up with the link in the description box down below. So if you're interested, that is an affiliate link. I'll get a little bit of credit for my channel, and you will get $3 off your first month. The Colette, I've sewn a lot of Seamwork and Colette patterns. If you watch my channel, you've seen me do a lot of them. The Sorbetto is a woven tank with a box pleat in the front, and it's just a very versatile top. It's great this time of year because everybody needs something that's not too heavy yet, because it's not winter. We're not ready to put our turtlenecks on yet, but we are ready to have jackets, and something to just throw on underneath our jackets is great. So I'm going to be taking you through that and showing you some of the parts of sewing that, and then I'll come back at the end. Another thing I did want to tell you is that there are some techniques that I am not necessarily demonstrating in the sew along today because it's a one video sew along. So I normally do very in-depth sew-alongs, and if you've done one with me before, then you know that I cover almost everything. So I am going to refer to videos where I have done some things, and one of the ones I want to point you to is a few weeks ago I did a blog on a Presto tunic from Love Notions, and I did a whole thing about working with delicate fabrics. This particular pattern, the Sorbetto, it does lend itself to some nice, delicate, silky fabrics. It sews up really nice in those. And I did choose one of those today. It's a very lightweight rayon challis that I'm using. So it has all those properties of a delicate fabric. So you'll see me doing some of the things that I talk about in my other videos. So I am going to refer you to that if you do choose a delicate fabric to work with. If you're new at sewing, I would suggest you just get a simple poplin or broadcloth or something for your first try. Okay? All right, so I'm going to take you to that. And another thing I wanted to tell you is that this Saturday, Claire from Penguin and Pear is doing her installment in September 2019, and she is doing the Laundry Day tee from Love Notions. And so for that reason, I am wearing a Laundry Day tee dress, and I love this dress. It's one of my favorites. It's a kind of a swing dress, but it has some shaping. It's a lot like the styles that are very popular that women sell out of their home, the LuLaRoe things. And so if you have a daughter or if you like those, you would love this pattern. And this is by far and away my favorite pattern of all time. So hats off to Claire. I know she's going to do a great job with that sew along as well. But I wanted to just wear this as a little teaser for her for this Saturday. With that, I'm going to go on to our sew along, and I'll see you back at the end. Okay, I have cut out my Sorbetto pattern and transferred all the pattern markings. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stay stitch, and I like to start at the shoulder and come this way, and then the shoulder and come this way, and then also both arm sides. Okay, And then you're going to do the same thing in the back. This is to prevent the fabric from stretching. And this is, what I'm using is a really lightweight, like rayon challis, and they tend to get out of shape if you don't stay stitched. So especially if you have some kind of a lightweight woven, you want to stay stitched. Don't skip that step ever, ever, ever. So you're going to use 1/4 inch as your seam allowance as you stay stitch. From here to here at 1/4 inch, and here to here. Same on this side, here to here, and here to here. Okay. Okay, I have done my stay stitching, and then the next step is going to be to put our darts in. So we'll take the front piece, that's our back. You know the front because it's very wide because we don't have the pleat in it yet. Okay, I have marked my darts on the wrong side, and I'm just going to pin them I do have some tips for working with delicate fabrics. If you'd like to check that out, I will put a link in the description box to tutorials of a lot of the things that we're doing today. Rather than make this video super long, I'm just going to point you to the videos that I did these same tutorials. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew my darts, and then I'm going to come back and we will take care of our box pleat. So I've stitched my darts and pressed them down with using my pressing hand. And now what I'm going to do is fold this in half, matching up the shoulder seams here. This is the right side. Find those pleat markings and put those together. Pin that right there. Then you're going to do the same thing at the bottom. Find those pleat markings. Okay, so now you've got it in half here. Go ahead and just put some pins along the way to keep it folded. Okay, and I'm going to stitch right down this line here. Now if you need to, you can draw it in chalk. What I usually do is just visualize a spot on my sewing machine, or put a piece of tape as a seam guide, because over that far there won't be a normal seam guide available to look at, but you can, draw. I had sort of pressed it here, so I have a little bit of a line to follow. Okay, you're just going to stitch all the way down. Okay, so I thought my camera was on and it wasn't, so I'm going to just explain what I did. I opened up this pleat, laid it flat, and pressed it open real good. and I basted at the bottom and at the neck. Basted about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so that I have the pleat done, nicely pressed, and fastened at both the bottom and the top. Okay? Okay, now you can finish your shoulder seams in whatever way that you like to. I think that this is a little bit sheer, so I'm probably going to serge them. But you can do them in any way that you prefer. If you don't have a serger, you can zigzag them. You can use the Seams Great product that I talked about in another video. Hang on, I'll show that to you one. This is called Seams Great, and what you can do is you can take a seam. I'm just going to use the arm here just to show you. You can take a seam and it'll get it started, fold it over like that, and then you can just zigzag that on there and have a really nice edge. So if you don't have a serger, that's a really good alternative. And I sometimes do it on delicate fabrics just because I like the way it looks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and serge these edges. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my shoulder seams and side seams, all 4 seams, and finish them in the way that method that you want to finish them. And then we're going to try it on. Before we do anything else, we're going to check the fit. Okay? So I've chosen this bias tape that I made for a dress that I originally had done for my granddaughter, and I've chosen that to use on my Sorbetto. So what I'm going to do is you want to put the right sides together, so the right side of the garment up and the right side of the bias tape down on top. And I'm going to start in the back, and I'm going to sew this down at 1/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to start sewing, leave about an inch tail there. And the reason is so that we can finish it right when we get all the way around. Okay, now we're going to go over to the ironing board. Probably want to trim these seams a little bit. Make sure you're only getting the seams. Now we're going to press this up and away from the garment. I'm going to get some more water from my... I hope you love your new top as much as I love mine. I think it's going to go with a lot of things. I'm very happy with it, even though this fabric is very delicate. I love those clothes. I love the result of sewing a delicate fabric, even if it is a headache at times. But I love this top. This is a jacket I'm making currently. This is the Atennis jacket from Itch to Stitch. This should go really nicely under that. And yeah, I just love it very much. If you make any of these free patterns that we've demonstrated throughout this month, hashtag it Sewtember 2019. You'll be eligible to win one of a few great prizes. So definitely do hashtag your makes. And if you decide to make a sorbetto, I hope you love yours as much as I love mine. All that's left, I do need to do a little hem, and you can hem it in your desired method. I'll be just probably folding it a 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch and top stitching it. That's how I prefer to do with this kind of fabric. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Don't forget to watch Claire's video on the laundry day tea on Saturday, and I'll be back on Friday. We're going to finish up the skirt sew along. Have a great day. Happy sewing.